Alrighty, guys, it looks like it's happening. Maybe not this year, but maybe next year. Who knows? But the PlayStation 5, what can we expect from the next PlayStation 5 Pro coming out? So this is not coming out, of course, anytime soon, but there is a strong chance you will see a PlayStation 5 Pro at some point in the future. But what can we expect from a more powerful PlayStation 5? So Sony kickstarted the trend of releasing mid-gen console upgrades during the PlayStation 4 generation with the PlayStation 4 Pro back in 2016, a more technologically advanced system that was capable of 4K visuals and higher frame rates. So the Sony PlayStation 4 was successful enough that Microsoft followed suit. The PlayStation 4 Pro was successful enough that Microsoft followed suit with its own upgrade. So we all remember that last generation. I got the PlayStation 4 Pro, but I just kept the same base Xbox I had, because since I didn't play the Xbox much anyway, it didn't matter. So this will happen, of course. It says 2023 possible, and it may be pushed back a little bit later. I mean, you just never know, because what good's it going to do for me to buy a PlayStation 5 this year than a PlayStation 5 Pro comes out? Does that make sense? So, who knows? Now, Nintendo has done this also with the Switch OLED, the DS Lite. We remember the DS. How many different DSs were there? DS, DS Lite, the DS, 3DS, yeah. Nintendo Switch OLED did the same thing. But the Switch OLED, all that really impacted was the handheld experience, which is a big deal, I guess. But the Switch OLED is better. I like the screen better, but if you play it in docked, it's not going to matter. We know that. So the PlayStation 5 may be only approaching its year and a half anniversary. So 8K support for the PlayStation 5 Pro. And of course, they're talking about a PlayStation 5 Slim if we want to see a noticeably smaller console. So they might come out with a Pro version of the PlayStation 5 and keep the regular PlayStation 5 smaller version, just keep it the way it is. So there you have it. It will happen. Of course it will. They've always done that. Even if they've not upgraded the specs on systems, they've always changed what they look like. Remember the PlayStation 1 even got to change. The PlayStation 2, they come out with different. The slim PlayStation 2, I remember that, and the PlayStation 3 had 3 different versions. I remember 3 different versions of Hit. And the PlayStation 4, it stayed the same size, but they come out with the Pro version. So anyway, this will happen, of course. What will it look like? Who knows? We can make an educated guess as to when the PlayStation 5 will be released. 2023. I'm going to say 2024. That's what I think. 2024. About 3 years into the system. That's when I think it will happen. What kind of specs will it have? How will things change? Let's see. The PlayStation 5 is already capable of 4K gaming at 120 hertz. The PlayStation 5 Pro would certainly help developers hit higher resolutions and frame rates, but it's unlikely to represent a tangible leap like we saw from 1080p to 4K. I think what it'll be just a faster system, maybe upgrade a little bit, but this faster. I think the PlayStation 5 doesn't have load times, if I'm not mistaken, for what I thought. Anyway, I've not got one, so how would I know? However, with the PlayStation 5 still unable to output 8K, who cares about 8K right now? 8K isn't widespread right now, but in 3 years' time, 8K panels will likely become more. I mean, it's ridiculous to even think about 8K. You can barely. There's nothing even out on cable in 4K. So, anyway, I guess gaming is different though, because you can. So I guess gaming it would help. So, and it talks about what the PlayStation 5 could have inside of it. Who knows? But PlayStation 5 Pro. Anyway, do we need a PlayStation 5 Pro? Technically, no, but in 3 years' time, we might see developers encounter more hurdles due to PlayStation 5's aging hardware. Should I wait for a PlayStation 4 or a PlayStation 5 Pro, or just buy a PlayStation 5? You always get a better deal if you wait. That's just the nature of technology. I know PS5, and I don't care. So there you have it, people. It is kind of an odd story to put out, but it will happen. It will happen. I just don't like how they put this story out when most people can't even get a PlayStation 5. But that's pretty much it, people. The PlayStation 5 Pro will be out in 2024, not 23, because that'd be crazy. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. As always, thanks so much for watching. Give the video a thumbs up. We'll see you next time. Have a great day. Toodles!